Hello and welcome. I know it's been a while. Oh my goodness. It's been a minute and honestly that's on me. So, hello and welcome to I am so glad to be back with you and to have this opportunity to talk to you again. Again, let me apologize for missing previously the last episode. I want to make sure that I do address that and apologize for my inconsistency there, but letting you know back on it, making it a focal point and making sure that I'm in place, in position without any issues or matters coming up. So clearing my schedule because it's important. It's important enough to do. It's important enough to relate. It's important enough to express these topics and these details. So with that being said, hello and welcome back, everybody. So glad to see you. If I could put my hands on you, I'd give you a big hug right now. But thank you again for tuning in and just listening to what's going to be talked about on today. So here we are back on Father's Talk. So we're talking about things that help men, that help families, that are encouraging, uplifting, and yes, I'm bringing the energy today. I'm coming to you live and direct with a topic that is really close to my heart, and I really believe will touch a lot of hearts in the process. And today we're talking about honor, the importance, the gravity of making sure that you show honor. And honor is so key because a lot of times, why do relationships break up? Why do people have issues and matters that come up? Why are people sometimes turned away and offended? Because they're not honored, they're not recognized. Sometimes just a simple phrase of thank you, I appreciate you, I love you. I cherish the things that you do. I appreciate the person that you are. Sometimes those little phrases can mean and do so much for a person. You stir the heart a lot of times just by saying thank you. And it's not always necessarily words, sometimes it's the gesture. So sometimes husbands, is getting a little something, even a little trinket for your wife. It may be mean, hey, you know what? I was just thinking about you. Here's a card. Here's some flowers. Or you know what? Here's a shopping card. Here's a credit card. Here's a gift card. Here's just something to say, I'm thinking about you and you matter enough to me that, hey, here's something that I just wanted to do for you. No strings attached. I'm not looking for anything in return. That was not my goal. My goal was to honor you, to recognize you, to establish the fact that simply you're important to me. And I wanted to say it. I wanted to show it. I wanted to initiate some kind of action on my part that lets you know that I'm thinking about you, that I care about you, that you matter to me, and that your contribution, what you're adding, what you're efforting, it's significant. And I recognize that. Think about how you feel when somebody honors you, when somebody takes the time to tell you, and let's be real, let's be honest, let's be truthful. You know, for a lot of us, we're at a job that we necessarily it would not be our first, our fifth, our 10th, our 20th choice. But we're working because we need to work. For some of us, what we're doing in the workplace is not what we envisioned for ourselves. It's not what we were really trained to do. It's not what we were maybe schooled to do. But hey, it's helping us take care of our families right now. So we're doing the job. But how much easier, how much more pleasant would it be to work on the job if you just heard on occasion, thank you. We appreciate and we understand and we recognize your contribution to this company. And the fact of the matter is, you are a valued contributor. What you offer us is important. And we see that. And to hear that just every now and again on the job, because let's Let's be honest. You don't hear that. They don't tell you, good job, well done. Hey, thank you for stepping up. Thank you for being in place and on point. Thank you for doing your job and doing it well. You don't hear that. Which is why so many people gripe about the job, which is why so many people take and treat their job toxically. Because what do they have to relate to the job? Okay, I'm away from home most times. I'm doing something I don't really want to do. I feel like I work harder than most of the other people on the job. I feel like I get unfair treatment. And the list just goes on of different things that they could just count on more than one finger, sometimes on more than one set of hands. So keeping that in mind, just think about how significant it is, especially for the people that are close to you, for you to come back and tell them, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. I care about you. Thank you. I love you. Thank you just for being a part of my life, because you matter to me. It's funny how when in the business world, they make sure that they recognize every single contributor. Now, it usually may not be seen till like the end of something, or if there are supporters for a different rally or an event or something that's going on within a business, a gala, a special function outside of the workplace, and they've got people who contributed or who did something or who brought in money, opened up their place, their venue, or things of that nature, people who they want to recognize. Usually on the back of the program or somewhere in there, they put and they list every single person. They may not list what it is that they did, but they put in there, they make sure that everybody who had something to add is recognized there in the program. And so you'll see their names usually slotted in the back. If it's a business, if it's specific people or individuals or a group, they'll make sure that they mention them. And why? Because they don't want them feeling betrayed. Oh, I contributed, but you don't want to acknowledge my contribution. You don't want to acknowledge what it is that I offered that helped you either put on this event, funded this event, brought supplies or a need to this event, or just let you even have the event in this place. It is so important that they make sure that they acknowledge them, that they honor them, that they know that future dealings are dependent upon just them mentioning them. Sometimes it may be, and you'll see it. Why do you think commercials and stuff are so big? Because it's getting somebody's renounced, their name out there so people can see it. And why? You associate it with what you see. That's why you see so many companies, especially when something is successful, they back it. That's why so many companies, great or small, they want to support stuff that is successful. So you see them plastered all over sports. The official pizza of the NFL, the official car of the NBA, the official beer of hockey. They all want to be recognized with something that's successful, something that's prominent, and something that people like to view or like to watch or like to support. So they want their name. That's why I'm living here in Indianapolis. And when they built the new stadium for the Colts, Lucas Oil, who was not a very popular, successful business, but had not been mainstream as far as a lot of other similar companies in the same genre. So you're talking motor oil and lubricant and intake supplies and things of that nature for cars and vehicles. And they're prominent in the race world, but not necessarily in the practical or relatively ordinary world as far as car treatment supplies, oils, and things of that nature. But then when they put their name on the new stadium, what happens? Business increased. They made an investment, See that there's the key right there. We make an investment in people by recognizing them, by honoring them, by sometimes it's just a handshake, sometimes it's a hug, sometimes it's just recognizing them in front of other people. Sometimes it's slipping them a note and letting them know, hey, thank you. I see you. I hear you. I identify with you. I recognize you. That stuff is, you don't know who you touch, even with just simple gestures, and how much of an effect it can have on the heart. That is truly powerful. That's when you can turn people. How many of us are parents and really think about this, truly think about this? When is the last time you told your kids or a kid, any one of them or all of them, that you know what? I know it's not ideal for you. You would rather be doing a lot of other things, but I view you as a good child. We may have had our squabbles and our headbutts and those times of tension. Love the kids. But you're a good son. You're a good daughter. I just wanted to tell you that I love you and I appreciate you for the person that you are, the person that you're becoming, the man or the woman that you're growing into. I really see you as an individual, and I love the individual that is standing before me. When's the last time you really made your kids feel special, feel privileged, feel great about just the fact that they're your kid? That they may not have the best GPA in school, but you look at them and you can honestly say, you know what? I know you tried. I know you put forth effort. Or, you know what? I know you can do better, but you know what? I know you're going to get there. Instead of belittling them, beating them, and barraging them with your words, your actions, and your attitudes, building them up, encouraging them, making them feel like impossibility, that ain't nothing. We can do greater things. There is greater still in store for you. You are called to greatness. So I'm just trying to help to foster that dreamer in you and have that dreamer escape believing that, you know what, regardless of what I see before me, I've still got greater places to go. I've still got greater things to do. I can do more. I can be more. Honoring them, cherishing them. And sometimes that means being interested in what interests them. Because I have to be honest and true in this light. There are, with my oldest, he is my reflection. So with a lot of the things that he likes to do, he is very descriptive to the minuscule of every aspect in detail. Now, I remember and I recall as a child that sometimes people used to tell me I was too, how do I want to say this? I over-explained a lot of things. I went into detail. I made sure that I covered all the bases. Then I came back and put an X on every base that I talked about. Sometimes my parents would tell me I'd be a little free with certain information that didn't necessarily need to go to other people. And my son has picked up on the ability to talk, to use his words, but then also to make sure that he goes into detail with things that he's interested in. He will give you a full explanation. If you do not understand when he's done talking with you, it's simple. You didn't listen. And so I have to make sure that when he's engaging me, that I'm engaged in him, that I don't just run over his thoughts, his ideas, his concerns, that I just don't bully my way through his conversation, but that I'm taking it in. Because that's his heart. He's showing me right where he is, what matters to him, what he's caring about by sharing it with me. And honestly, it's an honor and a privilege. And in fostering our relationship going forward, I need to give ear. I need to make sure that he feels like, you know what, I take anything to my father, because the more I cut him off now, that's going to reflect on our relationship later. Oh, well, he didn't think this was important. I couldn't bring this to him. Or whenever I start to talk about this, he just kind of shoot me off and wish me on, move me on. It wasn't important to him to hear what I had to say. And that's all a part of honor. Sometimes honoring is just listening. Zip the lip and just be still. To not allow other things to interfere. Because yes, we come into situations with agendas, with ideas, with a schedule, with an itinerary. Hey, I got to do this. I got to get that. I got to be there. I got to do this. And just line upon line, precept upon precept, this thing. I got to do that. It's that, this is going to make my day. But those people in our lives need to know that they're a part of our day. So even if that means, hey, I can't get with you now, but give me from this time to this time, it's me and you. It's on me and you for me. Together, let's talk about it. Has to be the only one for me and you for me. So happy together. Just wanted to get to the end. Happy together. Honoring, lifting up, engaging, part and part, giving some of yourself to them so they feel cared for. So they feel like they can relate to you and you're relating to them. And what's important to them, it matters to you and you matter to them. So they're going to reciprocate. They're going to treasure. They're going to build instead of tearing down. And sometimes it's so easy to be self-involved, self-analytical. I mean, just look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. Are you guys looking at me? Are you hearing me? Are you relating to me? But sometimes we have to make sure that we're relating back to others. It's important to let them know you matter. I'm showing up to be here for you, to support you. It's not always about me. Because if it was always about us, we would be the sun and everybody else would be the planets and the stars. Everything would just be us centric, us focused, us deserving, us related. But when we step back and really look at things, we understand that we are a part of a piece in the puzzle. But we're not what holds the entire puzzle together. So let's make sure. Matter of fact, I'm going to offer you a challenge. I want you to pick 3 significant people in your life. And it's easy if you have at least 3 people in your household. There you go. I want you to pick 3 people in your life, significant. So if that means you got to give them a loving text, a loving call, but I would rather you make it personal. Do something that they know you really put some effort into. So if it's somebody across the way, Facebook message, that's easy. Send them a handwritten letter. Bow. That takes time and effort. Shoot, you got to lick a stamp. Do something that's outside of the norm. And I'm not saying it has to be something that costs a lot. You could go to wherever you live, Dollar Tree, Dollar Store, Dollar General. There's some place that if you wanted to get something, but you knew because you know that person. And if you got them this, and you sent them this, or you got this specific thing, and you present it to them, if you close distance, or if it's long distance, do something that shows them, hey, just thinking about you, but really thinking about you, wanted to do something nice, something special, a way to reward you, a way to honor you, to honor our kinship if we're family, our friendship if we're friends, our marriage if we're married, just something. Do something significant. Again, doesn't have to be pricey. It could just be time. Sit down, watch a movie together, pop some popcorn, lay back in the bed, on the couch, something, cuddle. When's the last time you done just cuddled with your mate? Just honoring them. Sometimes it may just be, and I may just be talking to the men here, and I know this is hard, but sometimes it may be that you give up the remote for the rest of the night and you turn it over. And you say, we'll watch whatever you want to watch. I just want to be with you. Ladies, it might mean that, you know what, he been talking about, he want to do something. And yes, sometimes it's about yielding. Yielding. He want to take you to a game. You're like, I'm not really a sports fan, but he wants to engage with you in something that's important to him. What's a couple hours that you get to spend with your baby? Even though it may not be the picture perfect, ideal situation for you in the way that you want to spend your time, but for them, this is like the biggest, bestest moment in the world because they're doing something they love with the person that they love the most. Yes, it is give and take. It is about those shared moments. It is about just all of that, bringing us together to cause us to know that we're not all alone. We're not all we've got. We've got each other. And guess what? We're going somewhere because what? We're going together. We're doing this together. So they need to hear from you and let them know you're special. That's what we do when we say these powerful, simple things sometimes. A thank you, a love you, a hug, a kiss. Something in some way to relate to them, to let them know, yes, you are bringing them closer. And sometimes, in all honesty, especially when you know that mistakes have been made, or you messed up, or you overextended, or you went in a direction that is not ideal, sometimes all it takes is I'm sorry. A heartfelt, not, well, I've been busted, I done messed up, I'm sorry. Something that, like the last bit of toothpaste out of the tube, somebody that had to roll you up, push and force you into it, rather than a heartfelt, honest exchange. Just, I'm sorry. I know I messed up. I crossed the line. I did something I wasn't supposed to do. Sometimes that means just as much as I love you. It is that significant and it's that important because we're going to make mistakes, because sometimes we love too hard. We try too hard. We have the best of intents, but sometimes it just comes either out wrong or comes off wrong. Attitude or action. But they need to know that when I mess up and I understand that I messed up, I'm sorry. And I can say that. And I can say that and not be guilt tripped into it. That I can say it and know that, you know what? It's not going to kill me. It's not going to hurt me. It's not going to break me. But I'm going to be helped through this just by seeking, asking, and sometimes believing for what? Forgiveness. So it's a determination. It is truly a determination that we honor those that are around us. And that's why sometimes it's like, okay, why is it so significant when people graduate that they see their name on the program? Because sometimes there have been cases where somebody gets left out. It wasn't that there was a problem or something happened that led to it. It was just an accident. And that person is heartbroken because that memory, that accomplishment, just sometimes seeing your name on something means so much. So the person that you cherish took time out of their day to say and to share and to let you know that they appreciate you, that they care about you, that what you do is significant before and unto them, that you relate to them, and that you matter to them, and you bring something to the table that they can appreciate. So honor, 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 honor. It means so much. It means so much. So we've got to honor. I'm gonna tell you this. This shirt that I'm wearing, this is actually, I'm trying to get in the right direction. So this is actually to honor my father, who for the past 14 years before the 15 years, before the pandemic hit, had been getting all the men in our family for a weekend, and we were getting together to celebrate men and to come together as family. So we would use one weekend, and he'd usually take us to Bengals camp. And between, whether it be in the teens or up in the 30s, us getting together to celebrate the fact that we're family, that we're men, that we're here for each other, and to create a greater bond so that we can connect and help and encourage one another. So, Poppy, this one's for you. This one's for you. So, yes, sometimes it may be wearing something that they bought you or that they created, or maybe it's your kids created something and they know that you have a spot in your house or a spot at your office that is an important area to you, and you place what they've made for you on that desk or in your trophy case or in the cabinet, and it's there for other people to see, and it's revealed do you understand what that does? Especially when you're talking to children. Oh my goodness, they light up for that. And it may be something that when you just initially look at it, it's like, oh, isn't that special? But why do you think kids get so excited when you put something on the refrigerator? You're honoring them. You're honoring their best effort. Nobody's saying they got to be a Leonardo da Vinci, a Picasso, some great artist, but they gave you their best. They gave you genuine effort. They gave you just what they know to do. So within that, you're honoring them. And honestly, they're loving it. They're loving it. Sitting down, watching videos with them that they love, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's Netflix, Hulu, shoot, even a movie that's come out and maybe you rent it for the night. Something they really wanted to see. So I tell you right now, there are so many different ways to honor, or even if it's just bringing them something new, showing them something new, taking the time to show them something that you love, or something that's a fond memory for you. Maybe when you were a child, something that you used to do, and sharing that experience with them. I mean, there are so many ways to do it. Be creative, be imaginative. I mean, here are just some ideas, some things that I've done that have worked extraordinarily well between me and my children, me and my family. even nephews and nieces of various ages. So sometimes I've sat down, and especially on YouTube, you can get a lot of the older cartoons for free and watch them, and maybe just binge watch for maybe 2 or 3 hours some old cartoons that back in the day you know how they used to show cartoons right after school, because you only had those hours early in the morning before you went to school. What was it, 2 to 5 in the afternoon usually, and then Saturday mornings. A lot of those cartoons you can get for free on YouTube. 80s kids, you know what I'm talking about. 90s kids, late 90s, you had Cartoon Network, so you didn't really have to experience and deal with that. But yet and still, that was something that was there and that came out. So just understand and just know that you're fueling the fire. You're encouraging them. You're helping them. You're instilling, guess what? When you honor people, you're instilling trust in them. They feel like they can trust you because you're sharing with them. That's so real and that's so powerful. That is so great a thing. That is so great a thing. I mean, literally, even if you just take, and I'm just flashbacking for me, get that giant bowl of cereal, sit down with your kids and pull up some old cartoons that you used to watch, or pull up some old shows that you used to watch, because a lot of them are available on different platforms. They're all over the place. They're all over the place. Or how about a board game? Something you might already have that's just been in the closet, sitting there collecting dust. Going on a film fest with you and the family. What we do, we call family night. And that means everything that everybody's got or may have had planned, suspended. Because it's important that we connect as a family. So I'm going to honor you guys by, guess what? I'm sowing into you. I'm putting my time. I'm putting everything else down so we can have some time together. We're going to laugh. We're going to have fun. We're going to enjoy one another. It's not about work. It's not about chores. It's not about duty. It's connection. Honor is a connection. And because of that, I'm plugging into you. And when I plug into you, you're going to come out feeling joyous, feeling loved, feeling appreciated, feeling like we done something great here today. So I really want to encourage you. Remember, that challenge is up there. That challenge for you, 3 people. They don't have to be in your home. If you've got 3 that are in your home that you can go to and get with, knock it out. Knock it out. Have them looking like, what did happen to you? This is so sweet. That's so great. Oh, you don't know how that makes me feel. Blow their minds. Get creative. Be the innovator. And let them know, hey, look, I'm just letting you know how I feel. I'm letting you know where I'm at. Just take a little time. Do something sincerely nice, sincerely thoughtful, sincerely loving. And just recognize them. And I promise you, it will mean so much. It will make their day. I'm telling you, because you can do something for somebody. And for you, it's just a few moments in time. But for them, they may hold it. Like if you send a text message to somebody who maybe hasn't heard from you in a while, and you just express that love towards them, that honor towards them, they may hold that thing and just reflect back on it. Just say, you know what? I know that if nobody else loves me, they love me. If nobody else thought about me, they thought about me. If nobody else wanted to encourage me, do something nice for me, they're the ones that did it. They're the ones that showed it. They're the ones that have proven it. So don't let me come back in 2 weeks and find out you didn't do the challenge. Do the challenge. It'll help you and it'll help them. It'll be beneficial to all parties. So do that so that they know you're with them. And I promise you, I'm going to do that for a lot of people here over this weekend. I'm not going to waste a lot of time. I'm going to do some special things for a lot of people, and they're going to be like, okay, yeah. So however you do it. Truly, do it. You will make somebody's day. You will make somebody's week. You will make their month. You might even make their year. Honor them. Let them feel good and know that, hey, this is you're a great person to me. You are a great person to me. So yes, let's just do it. All right. So with all that being said, again, thank you for tuning in today. I want to also take the time to let you know I'm going to be back in 2 weeks. Again, I'm making sure that I make a priority, get myself into place and into position so that I'll be ready for you 2 p.m. 2 weeks from now. So we won't drop the ball again, won't miss a beat, but we'll continue the talk and the conversations and just spurring one another on so that life is not good, but it's great. That's the goal. Life is not good, but it's great. So I want to just encourage you. A lot of things out there right now. So if you haven't heard, yes, I do have a book out. It's called I Am Not a Monster. It is a children's book. But again, I've always said from day one, this is a book that's good for any reader of any age. It instills hope. It inspires. And I'm not just saying this to sell books, but I really think it's beneficial, helpful, and aids all those who read it. So encouraging you to, yes, read it, share it, especially for young men and women. It's a great book and a great help. And also coming soon. So be ready for more information concerning it. But we will, my wife and I are working on a couples devotional. It's called Love Notes, a Lover's Serenade. So it's got some unique aspects and qualities that really separate it out as far as devotionals go. So just want to encourage you, if you're married, if you're in a relationship, if you are wanting to be in a relationship, or even as a gift for someone who is married or in a relationship. Very wonderful, very good read, coming soon. So have more details for you here in the future, but wanted to get that out there. And then also along the same lines, my wife and I have gone into a new venture here on Thursdays. It's No Finance, No Romance, 7:00. The next time we'll be up will be on Thursday, August the 26th at 7 p.m. You can catch us on Clubhouse, which is available on Apple and also on Android devices. So again, as Clubhouse, it's No Finance, No Romance in the Truthpreneurs Club. You can find us. We'll be on there again Thursday, the 26th at 7 p.m. So with that, again, we don't want life to just be good. We want it to be great. So we're going to continue to have these conversations, continue to break through these walls and these barriers, and just see good things populating the lives of all of us. So with that, love you guys. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. All right. Enjoy your weekend. Bye.